What is up, and I welcome each and every one of you back to a brand new Civ 6 or Civilization 6 video. Hope you're all having fantastic days, and today we are going to be looking at the top 10 city-states in Civ 6 or Civilization 6. It's going to be a little different. We're going to be looking at 2 city-states for each victory type: domination, religious, culture, and science. We're not going to do diplomatic because I don't think any city-state really helps with diplomatic, and if you passed first grade math, you would know that that's only 8, not 10 city-states. We're going to be taking 2 all-purpose city-states, for any victory type, really. And, yeah, this really is just going to be going for specific victory types, right? So it's not just going to be like science city-states for science or military for military. We're talking about the suzerain bonuses, the best suzerain bonuses for each victory type. Without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, we're going to be looking at the domination city-states. You can see here that I have split up all these city-states into their different types. The best domination city-state, in my opinion, by far, is probably the city-state of Kabul, no doubt about it. Receiving double experience from battles they initiate. Do you realize how much that is? So I think a ranged attack, when you could go for a ranged attack, let's say, gives 2 experience, right? You get oligarchy, that's an extra 50% experience, so maybe that's like 3 or 4 experience. You get Kabul, and that doubles that when you initiate. So literally after 2 shots with an archer, you will get your first promotion. That is absolutely insane. Just nothing, it's just incredible, right? Kabul is severely underrated for a domination victory. By the time you're finished with, if you have oligarchy and Kabul, by the time you're finished with your first war, you should have multiple units with the tier 4 promotion. The ones with double attack and extra range and all that stuff. So, maybe build a couple catapults, get some experience on them. You can get the tier 4 promotion, and then from then on you will have safer catapults, double attack swords, and archers, and heavy cavalry will also get bonuses. I completely forgot what the tier 4 is for heavy cavalry, but experience is really one of the most important things in Civ 6. A tier 4 promoted archer is a lot better than 4 tier 1 promoted archers because you're just so much stronger, and attacking twice along with all the other benefits does make you insanely invaluable. The second best city-state is actually not a domination city-state. I would have chosen Akkad, but I'm thinking, Akkad really only helps you if you decide, number 1, sometimes AI doesn't build walls. Number 2, a battering ram literally does what Akkad does with melee and anti-cavalry units. The second best city-state is going to be Hattusa. Yes, not only does Hattusa give you a little bit of science to get to your unique units a lot faster, but it also gives you 2 of each strategic resource that you have revealed but have not improved. That is so important because a lot of the time you're not going to have any sort of builders or anything to be able to use your... Builders are expensive, especially in the early game. They're either 200 golds or like 8 to 10 production, unless you get the early Pantheon that gives you a free builder. But even then, you might not have a resource in your capital and you have to spend like 5 or 6 turns moving your builder. So just getting strategic resources in your territory without having to improve it whatsoever is insanely valuable in cutting down about 10 turns of production or 200 gold, which is almost equivalent to upgrading 2 warriors into a swordsman. It is absolutely insane, and if you do have Hattusa in your game and you're going for a domination victory, it is most definitely the best, one of the best, I'd say second to Kabul, when going for a domination victory. Hattusa is insane, especially after you get Niter or even Uranium. You won't even have to improve those tiles, so it is very helpful throughout the entire game. Next up for science, the best city-state, in my opinion, for a science victory is the Geneva. Geneva gives you a 15% science boost whenever you are not at war with any civilization. Listen, if you're going for a science victory, you're probably not going to go for war too much unless it's like early on in the game or unless you're taking out a snowballing civilization. But aside from that, 15% science is absolutely nothing short of massive. It is incredible. Oh, that was a mistake. But just science is so important in this game, and a 15% bonus is literally 150 science when you're at 1,000, 75 science when you're at 500, and if you have multiple science city-states and are beelining the science buildings, you will definitely feel that 15% science bonus. Geneva, in my opinion, is the best science city-state. After that, the second best city-state for a science victory, again, it's none of these city-states, it is actually Hong Kong. Now, Hong Kong gives you 20% production to towards city projects, which is incredible considering the fact that spaceship parts are all city projects. Now, I don't know about you, but when it comes to me, getting to the technology for the spaceship parts is a lot easier most of the time than building the spaceship parts. Usually you have to wait on building the spaceship parts. Hong Kong gives you so much production. 20% is a lot of production. Not only that, but campus research grants is a city project. 20% production is technically 20% more science from campus research grants. Not only that, but you'll be able to finish campus research grants faster, which will give you more great scientist points, which will give you more great scientists, and all around an easier victory. Hong Kong is most definitely the best, actually, science city-state, in my opinion, ahead of even Geneva because of the production you get and because of the campus research grants you're going to be getting. Hong Kong, you definitely want the city-state if you are going for a science victory. And real quick before we continue, I want you guys to let me know down below in the comments what city-states are your favorites for each victory type, and what strategies am I sort of missing out on. Let me know down below in the comments, and let's get right back into the video. Let's move on to the third biggest victory type, in my opinion, the culture victory. Now, culture victory has three city-states really that are really good on it, but two of them are for very similar reasons. So let's just start on the best culture city-state, Antananarivo. Antananarivo. I think I said that right. I cannot believe I think I said that right. It's insane. But your civilization gets 2% culture for each great person it has ever earned, up to a total of 30%. Now, as a culture victory goes, you have not one, not two, but three great people you can choose from, and you're going to be working towards. And it is all within your, like, sort of culture bit, like a theater square is going to give you those three great people. So you're going to be able to fill out the Antananarivo bonus super quickly. And 30% culture is about 15 great people are going to be needed, and that is what? That's like maybe 3 great people of each type, and then a couple great people of like great engineers, and maybe even some great scientists here or there. So you're going to be able to make the most out of the bonus, and 30% culture late game. So we're going to be looking at, well, let's say 30% of 500. How much is that? 30% of 500 is 150 extra culture, which will allow you to blitz through the culture tree, which will allow you to catch up to the AI, go get the super late governments, and also get the rock bands a lot earlier. Also going to be getting a lot of earlier culture stuff like the, what's that thing called again? The shipwrecks. You're going to be getting archaeologists earlier. You're going to be getting the late game technologies earlier that let you pick rock band promotions. So Antananarivo is the best solely because it lets you just blitz through the culture tree, but these next ones should not be ignored, and they are both Caguana and Rapa Nui. Now, these two city-states have two improvements, the Maui for Rapa Nui, and for Caguana, we do have the Batai. Pretty much what they are is that they give you culture, and they give you adjacent culture for entertainment complexes, every 2 adjacent Maui. They just give you culture, and later on after flight, that culture turns into tourism. Now, when we look at the Maui, for example, 1 culture, 1 for every 2 adjacent Maui. Okay, let's say you have 2 adjacent, so that's maybe just an extra culture. 2 if on or adjacent to volcanic soil, that might actually not happen. 1 if adjacent to a coastal lake tile, so now you're looking at 3 easy culture, additional culture and tourism as you advance through the civic tree. So let's say you get to like 5 or 6 culture. That is 5 or 6 tourism per Maui improvement in Rapa Nui, which is going to be a large amount. And Caguana is pretty much the same thing. You get 1 culture, 1 for every adjacent bonus resource. Let's say you have 1 bonus resource, that's 1. And entertainment complex, which is, let's say you have 1 entertainment complex. That's 2 when exploration is discovered. So maybe, again, you're looking at 4 or 5 culture, which turns into tourism after flight is researched. It cannot be built adjacent to another bati, so I think Rapa Nui is a little better than that. But Rapa Nui and Caguana both do fairly similar things, so I decided to have a sort of tie at the second place. They are both amazing for just getting that tourism wrapped up early on, super early on, in fact. And next up is religious. Now, religious is a little bit, it's kind of like culture in which there are only going to be religious city-states. Again, let me know down below if you have any sort of super secret strategies that you have for me that I'm not knowing about. But the best religious city-state by far is going to be Yerevan. You guys thought I was going Jerusalem, but it's actually Yerevan. Your apostles can choose from any possible promotion instead of a random promotion. Now, this is big. What you guys might not know about it is the 3 apostles combo is going to allow you to destroy everybody. The Debater Apostle, the Proselytizer, and the one that gives you triple religious strength in enemy cities. I completely forgot what that's called. Proselytizer removes 75% of existing religious pressure from other religions after you use it once. So literally, you use that apostle once, right? You use it once, and if you have, like, let's say, 10 total followers from other religions, 7 of those followers are going to be removed, which will make it a lot easier for your triple strength apostle to convert that city in the same turn. Meanwhile, you just have this big, beefy debater apostle going around, pretty much just trying to debate in sort of like a talk show or something, probably. Like, hey, yo, come here. Have you heard the word about just spicy sea turtles or something? And then boom, everybody's going to get converted. And Yerevan allows you to do that because instead of random apostle promotions and getting something useless like the one that gives you gold or something for converting citizens, I don't even know. You're going to be able to just get those 3 guys in batches and go around and absolutely destroy everybody. It is just so fun. Yerevan is one of the best religious city-states in the game. And as a side note, if you are playing the Congo, Yerevan and going for the martyr promotion and just killing yourself on enemy apostles is also really cool. Next up, the next best city-state is going to be the city-state of Jerusalem. Your holy sites exert pressure as if they were holy cities. You're going to have a holy site in every city with a religious victory, and considering the fact that holy cities are extremely powerful, 4 times religious pressure on all cities within 10 tiles, you're going to be able to do that with every single city you have, which does kind of sort of open up a sort of domination, pseudo-religious type victory. Looking at you, Babylon. But yeah, it is pretty insane, pretty cool, and it definitely helps you out a ton. Jerusalem's very big. Levante, it really is more for a culture victory. Armagh, again, maybe monasteries are nice. Vatican isn't really too amazing. Nazca, nothing help. Like, none of these guys are really going to help you too much for an actual religious victory. Jerusalem and Yerevan are by far the best. And finally, we have our 2 all-purpose victory type city-states. These city-states aren't really geared toward a specific victory type. They might be geared toward one victory type more than another, but these are city-states you should always go for if they are in your game, no matter what. We'll start with the first one. The first one's a culture city-state, the city-state of Mohanjit Kumasai. It's not Mohanjidaro, I tricked you there. Your trade routes to any city-state provides culture and gold for every specialty district in the origin city. So when you have 4 or 5 districts in your capital, that is 8 to 10 culture to every city-state you have a trade route to. That is absolutely insane. You get 10 cities, 10 trade routes, maybe, I don't know, maybe like 4 districts in your capital, and then you maybe have like a policy card like international trade. You're looking at an extra 100 culture potentially solely from trading with city-states. That is amazing for any victory type, more so culture than the others, but with science you could go ahead and beeline communism or democracy a lot faster. With a domination victory you could go ahead and beeline the no-no ideology. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on YouTube. You could go ahead and beeline fascism. After that, you know, even a religious city-state, you could go ahead and get maybe the religious wonders a lot faster. You could go ahead and get governments a lot faster. You could get envoys a lot faster for a potential diplomatic victory. Heck, you can go ahead and get corps and armies faster with a domination victory. Kumasai helps everybody, and the extra gold is not bad either. Kumasai is one of the best, and it is the best for a civilization like Mali or Portugal for that matter, because they will help you just blitz through everything so much fast. Next up, we have Zanzibar. Zanzibar is just so good. Look at this, look at this, look at this. You receive cinnamon and cloves luxury resources, and they each provide 6 amenities. So what that means, your suzerain of Zanzibar, you are going to be getting 12 amenities for free. 12 amenities, that is 1 amenity for 12 cities for free. That is an extra what? That's like an extra 2 to 3 population before amenity problems. Absolutely insane, absolutely incredible, and they are really good for any victory type. I'd say they're more so good towards a domination or science victory because you're going to have higher population cities and more cities for a domination victory, but they are still good for any civilization really. And if you don't need the amenities, you could always just go ahead and maybe trade them. Go ahead and trade these guys. That's just extra gold and gold per turn lying around, quite honestly, which is absolutely amazing. So Zanzibar and Kumasai are the best all-purpose city-states by far. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, obviously, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you do enjoy this channel. Definitely helps me out a ton. And let me know again down below, what city-states have I missed out on? What ones are your favorite? Any super secret strategies I can make videos on in the future, potentially. And I might come back and revisit this sometime in the future. So, yeah, without further ado, I will see you all in the next video. Peace. Huge shout out to my members, Cash Christian, Ben Ownby, John Blair, Jackson Perez, Polaris Gaming, Empyreum, Jeff Utzler, Kim Cosmos, and a really special shout out to my Oh My God subscribers, Robert and Overflow of Amenities.